My name is Tryshelle. I'm a junior at NAU and I'm studying social work. I just have such a calling to help people, and my family has struggled with mental health, and if I could, even in a simple way, not help them but help someone else, then I think I'll be fulfilled.
I wanted to go to school out of state, but not that far from my family. I just love my family so much and I love being around them. But if I had the opportunity to go somewhere else, and I also grew up in the forest and I love Flagstaff, because it's in the middle of the forest. So I get that piece of comfort and peace in the forest, but while also only being 2 hours away from my family. My journey before Christ has been very rocky. I've always known that He is there, but I never fully gave my heart to Him. And I always was going to church and stuff, just going through the motions, just trying to please my family, get off my back. Even though I wouldn't want to go, I would go. And then I came to Flagstaff, or not even Flag. In high school, I was very dependent on friendships, and God humbled me in such a nice way to show me that I am what you need. And my senior year of high school, I told myself that I was going to come to college and change. Then I came to college and I didn't change, and I fell into the trap of the partying scheme, and I was going out all the time. But that was happening even in high school and stuff, but now I had that freedom. I was on TikTok scrolling, and I'm okay, these people are young, my age, I need to make a change. So I started to go to the SFDA church. I had no clue about the Newman Center, and I honestly was just scared and intimidated of coming over here. It was just, my life was just up and down. I knew God was there and I praised Him in the highs, but not in the lows. When my days were highs, they were super high. And when my days were low, they were very low, and made me rethink my whole life. I would I would place my identity in friendships and stuff. So when that was going wrong, or my best friend ex-best friend would just give me a cold shoulder, it would make me rethink what am I doing wrong? I feel like I'm doing everything right, and I'm still getting pushed away to the back burner. I sought that out in just relationships, not friendships. Yeah, that just broke me even more. But when they were high, I was on fire for God. I was okay, I'm gonna do this. Here I go. Again, all this is back in high school, kind of a turning point. I was playing basketball, and I remember one night I was just crying, just asking for any kind of help from God. I know He hears me, please answer me right away. And He would not answer my prayers right away, but this was the one time He was okay, I'm gonna show you what you need to do. So I opened my Bible. I would pray, and then I would open my Bible and be reveal what you want to reveal to me. So I don't remember exactly what it was, but He was just saying that He's there, and I am not alone, and that He's listening to me, and to come to Him. And I really found rest in that, and knowing that okay, I'm not in this alone. God, I know You have always been here, but now I'm finally recognizing You. And that was a turning point for me to get to my faith. This year, starting in August, I started to come to the Newman Center, even during spring semester. But I would just come to Mass and then leave right away. I would not talk to no one. And I would just come okay, I'm coming to receive You, Jesus, then book it. In these pink slips, I told my grandpa, I was Papa, I'm gonna take my faith seriously. And I was supposed to go to summer projects, but I got scared, so I said no. And then, so yeah, I was okay, I'm gonna take this seriously. So I came into the Newman Center the first Sunday here, and there was pink slips on the chairs, and something in me was just sign up, do whatever. And I so wanted to be a part of a Bible study, so I just signed up real fast. And then I put social justice, and that was it. That's all I wanted to do. And then I started this Bible study a couple weeks later, and I think that was a turning point. The girls in my Bible study inspire my faith by helping me realize that I'm not the only one struggling with the things that I'm struggling with, and help me see that life is just like, there's so much more to life. And I think especially like I met my missionary, Grace, and she just like gives this light to like for me to like come through and open up to her. Our Bible studies, like whenever I praying before our Bible study, like asking for God to come and touch our hearts, like our Bible study is like central on that. And it's just crazy how faithful he is, and he's just listening. My life compared to what it was before is just filled with so much joy. And like, yes, there are bad days where I do feel sorrow, but I'm so much happier. Like, even in my studies, I try to include God and bring him into my studies to better serve like his people. And I think my life has just changed so much for the good, and I'm so much happier. I don't rely on people no more. I rely on God. And when I rely on him, he just proves to me that like everything is going to be okay, and like do not worry, because I will give you everything that you need and ask for. And when like I wasn't doing that with before, I was like a little depressed. Like, I hate to say that, but like I was. And like it's like kind of taboo in like a Hispanic community to be like, why are you sad? You have everything. Like, but I came to realize soon that like life is not just about materialistic things, and my identity was so much in sports. I played sports my whole life. I still do. I wasn't always thankful that I was able to play sports, and when I would have a bad performance, then like I'd be like, okay, I let down my mom, let down my dad, something. But now I'm like, okay, I'm able to play sports because of you. You have given me this gift, and I'm able to be healthy enough to go and run and not breathe. And one thing that gives me strength when I'm playing, or even like when I'm going to the gym and I lift, I just remember Jesus is sorrowful. Like his sorrow of him carrying his cross for miles, like so heavy, and him being so beat down, but he's still carrying on regardless of how hard it was. And that really gives me like strength to be like, Jesus did this, I can do it for him. He did this for me and for everyone else. This is the simplest thing I can do, is praise you in like when I'm winning. And even though I don't always win the games, but I'm winning because I invite Jesus into my mindset, and like whenever something goes bad, I'm like, okay. Or if I can't do a lift, I'm like, okay, well, let me just go back down, humble myself, and then I do it, and then I build up like the progression, and there's not a simple verse or anything, but I just remember that Jesus will help me lift up anything that I need. I feel like my identity now with Christ has been so rocky, but yet so beautiful. It's filled with so much sorrow, but also so much joy. He just makes my life so much easier by me recognizing how much he loves me. And by seeing his unconditional love helps me to love other people and forgive people. And I'm like heavy on forgiveness. Think loving God and my identity being strictly in him and not the world, it helps me to see people's struggles. It helps me to have empathy and empathize with people who are going through stuff, and just love people where people don't really feel loved. There aren't any specific things, but I think it's very important. A very important thing in your faith is having a community who also love and cherish the same thing like you do. And joining the Newman Center has provided me this community and friends that I was so desperately praying for. And I remember Kenzie, she followed me on Instagram, and I followed her, and I seen that she was Catholic, and I was like, oh, she's Catholic, like what? So I was like, oh, where did she go? And I remember like kind of doing my little research, and I seen that she's at the Newman Center, and like she just started to like my stuff, and like it was like back and forth. I never really like had the conversation with her, but I would see her, and she was welcoming. So that like sparked me like, okay, just go to the Newman Center. Like, there's people there your age, which you've been searching for. And I deeply wanted bad friends who weren't just practicing out of like, because their parents said to, but because they choose to. And I think that is so beautiful, that like other people are just like me in search of truth and love that only comes from Jesus. The switch between my virtuous friends and my past friends is that my past friends were really about the partying. Like, we're young, you only live once, why not just do it? Like, we have the freedom to do it now, why don't we? And all my friends were Catholics, but we were cradle Catholics. And like, that doesn't necessarily mean that like we're fully into our faith and like we're born into it, basically. And I just remember I would go and party on Saturday night, and I'd wake up and go to church hungover. And I just remember feeling so awful about that. And it made me like think, like, does God want this life for me? And then I came like this past semester, and then I went to Seek also, and that truly like helped me see like these people are in search of truth. Like, partying doesn't mean not fun. Like, and I think that people think like, oh, like you're a church girl, or you're all about that. And I'm like, wait, actually I am, but I also know how to have fun. And I also have humor. Like, I'm the same person I was, but I'm also new. And like, God just brings out that laughter, like your true self, rather than masking yourself to fit in with the crowd. So freeing, truly. And like, it's just so, like, even guys, like, I love to see the men here. And at Seek, I love, during adoration, I love seeing the men cry. Like, I love that, because men aren't allowed to feel their emotions or cry. But I think that's so beautiful, and our suffering is when I think Jesus comes to us the most.